For the second time this week, like you've already mentioned, may you introduce yourself, please? Oh, we're proper chilling. If we're lounging, let's bring that in a bit. There
Yeah, man, you know me, I'm a sloucher.
Just chilling.
We're just two guys, just chatting shit.
Isn't that all we ever do? Right, sorry, go and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Nic Powley. I'm the owner of Skate Farm.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
It is actually today.
Yeah, today, 23rd of March, I'm 47.
There is a lot of stuff going on, as was alluded to already in the interviews that I've done.
Right.
So your birthday, 5 years of Skate Farm.
Yeah, give or take, I can't remember the exact time, but it opened around my birthday, like 5 years ago.
And your bro board on 40 skateboards.
Yeah, which we didn't get in shot quite actually, I would like to point out.
It's been in the other shoot.
That's alright, you know, just, I'm not
John,
I'm not dissing it.
may you please pass us the top board?
That's my daughter's one.
Exactly, that's the other reason I want. Thank you, John. Thank you. Come and say hello quickly. This is John Horner, everyone. Expert.
He's good at colouring.
I'm not
Colouring up.
colouring in world champion.
Amateur hour.
Every time with me, you know it is.
Yeah.
Like, he's bored and that. What's it? Okay, right. He's got a board. Like, look at the shape of it as well. It's got
The
like
same
a
shape
shape.
as my head.
It's almost as big as his beard.
No, it's the same shape
Is it
as my
as big
head.
as your beard?
Not bad.
Right, we've done the promotional bit.
Yeah, cool. You're cool. It's only because the big
What
boss
else?
man's over there. I just don't need the shit.
Marty's done his bit to promote.
Oh, is he?
40. Bloody good job he did too as well, actually, despite saying that he doesn't like doing interviews. Have the stupid questions about the Olympics stopped since our podcast, or are they?
You know
people
what?
still?
Like loads of people send me messages saying the end of that they couldn't stop laughing. You know when we basically like started waffling shit and it deteriorated into stupidity.
Really quick.
You know what? I was like, by the end of that, I think because it was like we probably finished at like 10:30 or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was late. Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm like I wake up about 6 now, so it was like my bedtime, and I was like delirious almost. Then when we started drinking piss and going on open top buses, I kind of lost it a bit. But yeah, it was fun to do that actually. But yeah, no, it's been good. Like people, yeah, I think I don't know, like people. It's always the same with them things. Like people build them up in their heads, like, oh, it's going to be a total fuck up, it's going to be a shit show, but they don't. But really, and then you sort of lay it out, like, oh yeah, this is how I feel about this, and this is how it's, yeah, and this is what we're all working on, and everyone's like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, it's good to do them things down again because people.
Because just in case, just to remind people, you are on the non-executive board of directors or executive board of directors for Skateboard England.
I don't
You're
know.
on the board of directors
Yeah, I'm on
for
the board of
Skateboarding,
directors.
for Skateboard England, which means you are part of you are contributing towards the team of people who have helped put together our Olympic bid. And are putting together the Olympic team that we're sending out to the qualifying event. Because this is something that I've only just got my head around as well. That just because we've got a team together doesn't mean we're going to Tokyo. What it means is we've got a team of people that we're putting into the qualifying events, who then need to qualify to get out to Tokyo 2020.
I think I could be wrong about this, but I mean the only qualifying events so far. The Nanjing one in China, we didn't send anyone, and then the Rio one, and Alex Takuna placed high enough in that to make it to the Olympics.
Right, okay.
Like not just off that one event, but if it was on that one event, because
by itself,
there was only a few people, like all the rest were like Brazilians and Americans, and because it's done by continent or whatever, so it's actually like quite good.
Get it, Takuna. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's the Olympic stuff, which is cool, and I'm down for it. Yeah, but what we're here for
talk about me
is to talk about you. Yeah, because one of the things Marty brought up is that he likes to celebrate and wants to celebrate people who've made a contribution, and this is going to be embarrassing for you to talk about, but people who have made a contribution to skateboarding. And what he cited, and he's absolutely right here, and I totally agree with him about, is a couple of major things. One, the competitions
I
and
don't know
events
what
that
he
you've
said,
created,
so now I'm like, oh, this is going to be weird.
and the Vans TM stuff.
Yeah.
And also, your shop here. All of which are very valid contributions that you've made to national and maybe even international skateboarding, because by TMing certain people in Vans, you help to develop them and help them grow, and they've gone on to bigger, better international things. How do you see your contribution to skateboarding?
It's only in situations like this that I even think about it.
Right.
So yeah, I don't really give a shit.
Was that something that you set
Like
out?
everything.
Were you like
everything that I've done or haven't done, and I genuinely can't remember a lot of it, and people say to me, do you remember that? And I'm like, I didn't. And they, like Norberg, I was talking to Norberg on Instagram the other day, and he was like, do you remember when we were at that trade show in Germany and we got chucked out so we threw snowballs at all the doormen? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And now I do, and it's amazing. Thanks for reminding me, because that was the best. But yeah, I love it. I just genuinely don't remember.
Is it because you don't remember because there's so many stories that you just can't remember them?
I've got a really bad memory. I've got a really bad memory, and I kind of value the moment.
Right.
I don't, until sort of mobile phones, I never really took photos, or like that's why I don't really have any footage of me skateboarding.
Right.
Like, because I never really bothered about filming, I kind of don't care, you know what I mean? Because I think if you sort of like live on memories too much, you're not enjoying the moment, and also I look forward to the future as well. So
Nice.
I don't know. It's just like I don't care. Like it's all disposable, you know. Like I have a laugh at the time, on to the next thing. Don't think about it too much.
I mean, we've talked before about like you organising events and so forth.
Yeah.
Was that done as a conscious decision to give back to skateboarding?
No. Yeah, no, sort of. I remember the first one I did was like Concrete Carnival in Penzance. And this is pre-working fans and everything. I had my own distribution thing, OG distribution.
Can you remember when that was?
It would be like around like 2001, maybe 2000.
Okay, right, nice.
Like,
nice. So we're going back a little bit.
Yeah, like, yeah, just put it anywhere. Doing an interview here, for fuck's sake.
Right?
Like, this is all about me, mate. Fucking hell.
It's the man's birthday.
Right, what were we talking about? Oh, events.
Concrete Carnival.
That was the first
do you
one
say
back
Penzance?
in Penzance, yeah. So that was because so I was running a distribution company, and then I kind of just wanted to do a comp, I think, to promote the company. And obviously I didn't have enough fucking money, so Vans, I got in touch with Vans via, because I knew Christian, who was team manager at the time.
Right.
And like, I think we hooked it up, and it was amazing. And to be honest, like, it's weird doing events, like when you're doing them for yourself and like for the right motives and stuff, they're really enjoyable. Like you get a real buzz of making other people hyped, and like, yeah, and that lasted for a long time. And then, you know, it kind of gradually, it's not that it gets less fun, but I just sort of edged into doing more and more of that. Like obviously ended up working at Vans and like working for Boardmasters, working for NAS, and then it becomes to a point where obviously like it starts off, you do it for a laugh, and then you get to a point where you like, I like doing this, but I'm giving up like 20 weekends a year now, so you need to start sort of, you basically can't work as well, so you like end up sort of turning.
Because it's tiring doing those sort of events.
Yeah, and it takes you a long time to gear up for them, and then Friday you go there and set up or whatever. Saturday, Sunday you drive back Sunday night or Monday, and then you're fucked Tuesday, and then like
maybe Wednesday, Thursday you can
and then you're getting ready for the next one. And when you're living like that, you kind of have to get to the point where you need to at least sort of make a living off of it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can't like have a job and do that the amount I was doing it.
Again, we've discussed this.
And then I was doing so much, and I enjoyed it for years, and then it just like near the end of it a bit, I always said that I only do it for a laugh, and I'll stop doing it when I'm not enjoying it anymore. And near the end, I was still enjoying it, but not as much, and I just was like, I need a little break from it, kind of thing.
It's perfectly okay to make a living doing this stuff.
Yeah, there's a really good quote from someone, and I think this applies to skateboarding, and especially in this country, because in America it's like no big deal to make a living off skateboarding. I can't remember who this quote's attributed to, but it's basically like, there's no shame in making a living off doing something you love, but there is shame in doing something you hate just to make a living. So it's like, that's like nailed on the head. It's like, if you can make a living out of skateboarding and do shit like this, or like put a comp on where people like are into it, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because like you say, you're giving back. You're just briefly your times at NAS.
Yeah.
Must be legendary, because still to this day you're just keeping an eye on people.
Yeah, because like everyone's drinking, and you got it, you on it. John's on it.
John's on it. He knows the deal. He knows the score. Still to this day, I was just speaking the other day, and I'm not sure if it's gone public, so we won't name who it is, but I know you know who it is. I was speaking to the person who's got your old job at NAS, and it's still he still refers to it as, I'm going to be the new Powley. And you haven't even done it for what, 3 or 4 years?
5 years.
5 years.
4 years. I don't know. I can't, like I said, I can't remember that stuff.
Yeah. He's
but
like,
before me, like Turf did it, and Turf did it for years and years, and then it kind of got handed over to me, and it was good. I enjoyed it. I was a bit frustrated. Like it's frustrating working for someone else's events, because they're like, how can we make this better? And you tell them, and they just don't.
They don't do it
for whatever reason, budget, or it's not practical, or whatever. And then like, that's another reason why I started doing my own shit. Because when I first started doing events, there was a few big ones, like Urban Games was around then, and there was a winter one, I can't remember what it was, Board X, and they were cool, but they were like quite, what I would say, commercial events.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like turn up, sign in, get a band, and I wanted to do like a bit more like jam session kind of stuff, and like I did that, and then I got involved with War of the Thistles, which like wasn't my idea. That was like Tez, and
that's up north, isn't it?
Guys. Yeah, but it just coincided with me living up north around then, so we did that. That was one of the best ones. Yeah, it was one of them things I just fell into rather than I planned to get into.
You've done some UK champ stuff as well, and you've got another one coming up.
I think I did
in
like
April.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
5 or 6, so yeah.
Yeah, I went to a couple of the ones at the Hemel Hempstead. They were great events. But okay, so briefly tell us about, you've got one coming up in April.
Yeah.
Give us the deets on that.
UK champs, 12th to 14th of April, Greystone Academy in Manchester. It's going to be like Park End Street, like Bowling Street, male and female.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Is it part of sort of like the qualifying competitions?
It's not a direct qualifier, but obviously,
or at least for the UK riders,
right. It will be like taken into account when choosing future Team GB members.
Yeah, because you did say the other day, and I've been contemplating it, that like we know there's loads of really good skateboarders, but let's also look at your actual results, because the results during the time when you're under pressure to do something are quite important.
But anyway, like I say, it's all the timeline again. It's like ideally we would have done a UK champs before we picked the team, because then we could even more justify our decisions, but just one of those things.
Yeah, but again, we're digressing. How do you feel about having your own board?
Awkward, uncomfortable,
confused.
I don't know, it's kind of like, because it's not like it's just happened today.
Right.
So I only saw the boards for the first time yesterday when Marty turned up with them.
Nice.
I like the fact that we already had the graphic, like, because John, I showed John the original Blender graphic and he'd never seen it, and I was saying I really liked it because it was just like a stupid drawing of Eric Nash driving a car, and then he was like, oh, that's amazing. Then a week later he just turned up at the shop with a version of it with me, because that's when you're that good at drawing. I'll just draw something now. I'll make it you instead, and I've got that framed in my bedroom in my house, so it's like one of the few skate things I've got in my house. And when this came up, I was like, oh yeah, I suppose we could just use that. I was a bit like, oh yeah, cool, well that's already done. And then it kind of grew on me a bit, but yeah, I feel weird about the whole thing.
It's cool. It's good. It's good. I like it. Nice shape as well.
Yeah,
nice
I mean, Marty sort of shape, but I mean, it was just fairly close to the original blender shape. Obviously, it's got a proper nose on it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Most people that have bought them have just asked me to write abuse on them. So I imagine they're just going on people's walls and they're just going to have like, "Fuck you, Dave."
Some classic Powley message of love. Right.
Fuck you, Dave. Blackwell's one's the worst. Blackwell's like, "Yeah, you've got to abuse me." So I was like, "You asked for it."
Brilliant. Well, Mr. Powley, we're coming to the end now. The light is fading. There's a beautiful sun. There's been a beautiful sunset over the bay.
It's been romantic, hasn't it? Romantic.
You've got a wonderful setting here for the shop.
Oh mate, it's the best. Yeah. Every day I just come into work and like, even when it's like pissing down or like when we have storms, you get all the kite surfers in and stuff. So it's like there's always, it's like, you know, it's like 6 metre wide flat screen TV. Just chill there and like, oh, this is sick. But yeah, I love it.
It's been a real pleasure spending some time with you and talking with you as always. Thank you for having me. And yeah, Mr. Nic Powley, big up, say goodbye.
Bye.